Welcome students. In this class we will learn about functions in Python. So foremost what we will do is let us give the heading functions in Python. Now there are three different types of functions in Python. The first one is called as built-in functions. I will give you an example for each of these. The second one is user-defined functions in Python. The third one is called as anonymous functions. So I will give a demonstration for each of these, right? And let me just start off with built-in functions. So I will comment these lines off, and this is the example for built-in functions. Example to show how built-in functions work. So what I wish to do is I would like to declare a list, say list of salaries, and I'm going to open a square parenthesis and give these numbers: 1000, 200, 3000, 4000, 2300, 7690, 8976, etc. So these are the salaries paid by a certain company for a month. Now I want to actually find out the length, right? So if I were to say print len or salaries list, I save it, and if I were to execute this, I would get 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the index, and total number of elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what do we understand from 6? It means the company pays 6 salaries, or in other words, the company is paying salaries to 6 people, right? Now what if a certain company has this many number of employees? Say I'm pasting this, I'm pasting this, I'm pasting this, pasting this, and so on and so forth. Okay, now I am saving it and I'm running it. Now clearly you can say that 30 employees are there. So length is a good function that comes in handy, right? And it is imperative to understand that the print that we are using, it is also a built-in function. Over here, length is a built-in function, print is also a built-in function. So that is the case here. Okay, so having got this, suppose I want to add these salaries. What should I do? Let me delete this off. Now imagine I want to get the sum of salaries that the company is paying for a week. Say I will include one more salary, say 9870, and the question is, I would like to know the total amount the company is paying. So I'll say print the total salaries paid by the company is equal to, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call or create a function. I'm going to say total of. If you want, you can literally pass in all the salaries, right? You can pass in all the salaries. So what I wish to do is I will just pass in the salaries. There are several ways to do this, but I'm just giving a small illustration. So I'm just passing in these salaries. Total of. Now over here I need to define a function. Define total of x comma y comma z comma a comma b 1 2 3 4 5 6 comma c. So 6 salaries are passed in here. Now what I want to do is I would like these salaries to be summed up. So for that the function is defined and it has to return a value. So in that return I can add up these values, x plus y plus z plus a plus b plus c. So these values are added up. So this is the creation of the user defined function and the values are passed here. And once this function is called, this value will be returned. So I'm just going to save this and I will run it, and you will be in a better position to appreciate the output. So you see that 48,760, that is the value that's been displayed there. Now there are many ways to pass the parameter, right? Now what you can do is, if you don't want this, you can substitute this by user inputs. However, we can learn about those in the oncoming classes. So I hope this is well understandable, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to illustrate the anonymous function. Now if you want to use this, how are we going to utilize this? So what I will do, I will just comment all of this off, and there is the third type of function, which is called as anonymous function. So for that, say for example you want to add 4 numbers or 5 numbers, so we can literally define a function like this. Add is equal to, this is a built-in function, right? Lambda x comma y x plus y, and you need this one line to define this function. And over here you can print add, say 567 comma 897. You can simply call this function like this. The function is called, and lambda is a reserved word in Python. So this is how you utilize the anonymous function. So if you were to save it and run it, you will get the output. So the output is 1464, and the take home point is, this is an illustration to show how we could define an anonymous function, right? Now instead of actually calling the function and sending in the parameters like this, you can literally get the input values. So for example over here you can say number 1 is equal to input, please enter the first number. So the first number would be entered, and it's got there. Now you need to do some typecasting, so place an int value there and get the number. Next, num2 is equal to int of input, please enter the second number, please enter the second number. So second number is obtained, and over here you can simply pass in the numbers, number 1 comma number 2, right? So let's save it and you run it. So once you run it, enter the first number, I want to enter 21, enter the second number, I want to enter 10. So I need to get 31 there. So 31, you see that? The 31 is the value that we have got. Now instead of adding, you can even use product, right? You can simply save it and you can execute this. So once you do that, enter the first number 2, Second, number 3, I need to get 2 times 3, that's 6. That's perfect. So that's exactly what we had done here. So in this class I have given you 3 illustrations. The first illustration is built-in functions, the second illustration is user-defined functions, and the third illustration is anonymous functions. So this completes a lesson on functions, students. Until we meet again, enjoy your day.